Make or break for the multinational search for a missing submersible that was taking 5 passengers to see the wreckage of the Titanic.
A Canadian surveillance vessel has detected more underwater noises, but at this time they don't know where the sounds are coming from. Fox 5's Teresa Priolo has been staying on top of the search, and Teresa, hour by hour, oxygen is running low for the 5 people on board.
Yeah, Natasha and Steve, by most conservative estimates, they have until about 6:30 tomorrow morning until they run out of air. But signs of hope, as you mentioned, a pattern banging sound was pinged in the area of the Titanic wreckage. However, a dive expert says locating a sonar noise is like trying to pinpoint a snare drum in a packed concert.
This is a search and rescue mission, 100%. We are smack dab in the middle of search and rescue, and we'll continue to put every available asset that we have in an effort to find the Titan and the crew members.
Hope is alive both on the surface of the Atlantic and below. The effort to bring home the crew of the Titan submersible is only ramping up, even as their oxygen reserve depletes. A large part of the optimism coming in the form of potential signs of life.
There have been multiple reports of noises, and every one of those noises is being analyzed, tracked, looked for patterns, and reported upon.
Banging noises in a pattern every 30 minutes for a few hours. Now, the remotely operated vehicles need to locate the vessel in the pitch dark of the deepest part of the deep blue sea.
It's very difficult to discern what the source of those noises are at times, but I can tell you that this team has multiple sensors. They're in the area. They're sending data back expeditiously to the best in the world people to analyze that data, and then they're feeding the results of that analysis back to the unified team, and they're making decisions.
The surface search is now 2 times the size of Connecticut. The subsurface search is 2.5 miles deep. This image released by the Coast Guard shows the search pattern. Complicating an already complicated situation, winds are gusting anywhere from 23 to 30 miles an hour, and that's creating waves 6 feet high. In the vessel, if the crew is alive, it is imperative they stay calm.
They should be really relaxing. It's hard to do even sleeping right now to preserve that precious oxygen and reduce the carbon dioxide. I mean, that's what I see as their biggest danger right now, especially if they don't have any battery power or anything like that, is the increase of carbon dioxide in that space, where that will kill you a lot sooner than running out of oxygen.
OceanGate, the company that owns Titan, has a history of some questionable safety procedures. A former submarine pilot was fired after raising concerns about potential safety issues. He sued. That case was eventually settled. OceanGate has maintained that its submersible is safe. Natasha, back to you.
Certainly hoping for the best here, Teresa. Thank you.